in Joe's case, I remember a time when Jordan Peterson used to go on Rogan, right? And the woke left used to say, once again, Joe platforms transphobe, misogynist, hateful, bigot Jordan Peterson because he said the words enforced monogamy in an article. And they misrepresented the crap out of Jordan Peterson on his show. And they barely consumed the content or watched the show. And they came to these judgment conclusions.
Am I misrepresenting the crap out of somebody?
What's that?
Am I misrepresenting the crap out of somebody? Because I hope not. You're making a good point.
Yes.
If it's analogous.
Why it's presenting like I'm giving Joe a pass is because for so long, in a lot of these domains and having these conversations, it was the woke left coming after him for having ideas and conversations about race, about culture, about these things, and completely misrepresenting. And I don't want to fall into that same trap. So I'm trying to be a little discerning, given how much value, let's be honest, Joe has provided to not just the comedy community, but to the culture, to the world of free speech and ideas in a world that we just came out of in 2024 of pressing ideas, silencing speech we disagree with. That was the tactic of the left.
I'm such a fucking madman. I am not a Joe Rogan hater.
Yeah.
My mother could be doing this stuff and I'd be out there blasting it.
Yes.
Because
when I look at that and I see them making light of it, it's very concerning, but it also is informative. This is where the chips have fallen in this conversation. Over the course of the 18 months, there's a movable middle. There's the people who celebrated October 7th, right? Or were apathetic to it and took the side of barbarians. I can't move them. If you're a bigot on the woke, what we deem now as the woke right, far right, and you just hate Jews and blame them for every problem, and you're bitter and resentful and you scapegoat Jews for everything, can't move you. There's a movable middle. And then there's this spectrum of ideas here that are being peddled out there. When I see Bill Burr in his new special make a joke about human shields and it gets a laugh, I can say to myself, fuck you, Bill Burr, do better, terrible joke. Rather than just cast aspersions or judge it to say, maybe there's a better tactic and strategies that when we're confronted with these repugnant ideas, we're strong enough as a community, we're strong enough to advocate for better ideas, debunk these silly, stupid claims. If you've been watching Schultz make rounds on the podcast, he takes a different approach. And all of a sudden he's on PBD, he goes, isn't it more likely that America controls Israel being that they're so much more militarily powerful? And everyone goes, oh.